So it is KaraCell here, and we were standing outside in a parking garage area, and I'm here with Sharlee from Arch Enemy. How are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. It's nice, and I'm all happy.
Well, that's good. Okay, so you guys are right in the middle of your North American Chaos tour. How's it going so far?
It's going good. We just came out of Canada. We've been there for like 2 weeks. So yeah.
That's cool.
So this is the first time back on American soil again. So
it's always good.
Always, yeah. I mean, I like Canada a lot, so it's not that. But you know, it's nice with a little bit of change.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, do you guys have any like memorable? I mean, you haven't played Seattle yet, so you don't have any memories, good memories. But I mean, I'm sure other cities were okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, New York City was fantastic. I mean, a lot of the Canadian shows were really, really good. So yeah, couldn't really complain. So back to Seattle. Last time we played Seattle, it was good. So just hope it's equally as good or better this time.
I think so. Seattle's always good. So you guys are finally giving your fans what they've been waiting. You guys are waiting for. You guys are playing stuff off of your new album, correct? How the fans taking to that?
Very good, actually. I mean, that seems to be some of the songs that they appreciate the most in the set, actually, because it's always a little bit iffy. You don't know if people are just going to be like, come on, play some of the classics.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is. It's like, you know, if you're not really familiar with or into, any artist sort of like a new album, you just like it, you know. But it seems like people have been listening to that because, you know, the new songs go down really, really well.
That's good. So, I mean, you know, I have to ask, is there a difference between like European fans and US fans? Are we better or worse?
You can't really sort of put it like that. It's like it's different. It's different all over the world, and how people sort of like show their appreciation and how they sort of, you know, what they do when they hear good music might differ a little bit.
Yeah.
In Europe, it's always like traditionally been predominantly sort of more the, you know, fist banging, head banging type deal, whereas over here it's more sort of like mosh pit and stage diving, that sort of thing. But all of that has bled over a little bit into Europe as well. But people here in America seem to be a bit more sort of rowdy. When it comes
Rowdy.
to, yeah.
It's a good term. I like rowdy.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's nothing, yeah. Well, but, you know, as long as it's like, you know, good, clean, like, you know, non-violent fun, sort of, you know, or sort of like safe violence, if you know what I mean. If everybody's in on it and having fun with it, then it's okay. And sort of like, you know, look out for each other. I always like picking people up in the pit and stuff like that. Then it's all good because the people who are in there, they know what to expect, sort of. But if it's, you know, some places where they're just assholes in there, just want to destroy stuff for everybody else. Yeah. It's like that's all they're in for. Just like, you know, they can't find a good fight anywhere else. They just go into them. Like, but that very rarely happens these days. So it's like people are very respectful to each other, and that's a good thing.
That's good. That's good. So okay, so you guys just announced the winners of your European local band concert. So tell me about that. How did you guys come to the decision you wanted to do something like that?
Well, there's so much like talent out there, and the fact is, like, I mean, a lot of us in the bands, like, we sort of, you know, learned our ropes and, you know, cut our teeth, like, doing stuff like opening locally for like, you know, bigger bands coming through town and stuff, and that used to always be the case, just like, you know, right about sort of like 5-10 years ago. There was a lot of like local opening nights, but that doesn't seem to happen that much anymore. And if it does, then it's like always like the promoter trying to make money out of the local band by making them buy like X amount of tickets and stuff. So it's like many bands can't really afford that, you know, having like bought all their equipment and whatever. It's like, so we just thought, wouldn't it be good to just give, you know, a few bands like an opportunity to do that? So so that was like that's the whole deal about it. And I think, you know, it'd be fantastic to, you know, see some, you know, it might lead to something, it might not, but at least it will be a learning experience for for the band. So yeah, I think it's I'm looking forward to being part of it.
I like it. So, how important is it for you guys to be accessible to your fans, to not be this like gigantic, untouchable band that's just like like you were saying, like having local bands play for you? That's part of the, how important is your fans to be able to interact with you?
Well, I think that's the biggest part of the interaction is actually us playing and them being that's sort of like the biggest exchange of like energies in there. But on top of that, it's also good to speak to people face to face, and so I don't mind at all, like signing a few things and taking a few pictures and all that. So it's an important thing, I think, being able to see what people think about
Yeah, definitely. So last question. I was checking out your YouTube videos. How important is your live show? When, say, you've never seen your band before, how important is it for you to put on a really good show every time?
It is. That's just number one, isn't it? Because, say, if somebody's here, and say they're here for like Skeleton Witch or Devil Driver, and they might see us. We gotta impress them, make them come back next time.
Even being the headlining band, you still have to impress.
I think so. I mean, even people who came for us, but because if we put on a bad show, they're not going to come next time. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They might not be interested in buying the next record, and so it's just because you could feel when you've done a good show, and it's like that's, and half of the show is us, and the other half is the audience. So if they're sort of like non-responsive, then we're not going to be very good. But if we are good, then at least 50% of that is them being good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's all interaction. It's not just us, but we try our damnedest to get them going,
Mm-hmm.
and it's and it's the other way around as well. The louder they are, the louder we get.
For sure. All right. Well, there you go. So, thank you so much for doing this interview, even though we were late, but that's something that we don't need to tell people about. Yeah, well, I like to be candid.
Inform people about your tardiness.
Yeah, exactly. Now you know what to expect from us. But if you want to check out more about anything with the band, we're going to go in the show. We're going to be tweeting live. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, go to the website, monsterbox.com, click follow, and you will know everything there is to know. So you'll find that monsterbox.com.